everybody. I'm Lisa Kessler from Kessler Insurance, and I have the privilege to being here with you all today on behalf of Cheers for Charity New Hampshire with my dear friend Joanne Burchuck. Hi, Joanne.
Hey, Lisa, thank you. Yes, I'm Joanne Burchuck. I'm with Lighthouse Physical Therapy, and it is my honor today to introduce Callie, who is here from the Connections Peer Support Center. And I'm very interested to learn all about what you guys do. So, Callie, if you wouldn't mind just introducing yourself and tell us a little bit about your organization.
Sure. So my name is Kaylee Moulton, and I am the program director for Connections Peer Support Center, which is on 544 Islington Street. So there's a little corner, Islington and Cass, and that is us. Connections Peer Support Center was established in 1992 and serves 24 communities in the eastern Rockingham County area. It was our mission to create an environment that facilitates hope-based recovery for individuals with mental health challenges and focuses on increased physical, emotional, and mental well-being. So we create a environment of acceptance and encouragement. And in peer support, um, it's a little different than I think what most people are probably familiar with therapists and doctors. And this is different. This is peer to peer. So the staff that work here all have lived experience with mental health challenges. The members all have lived experience with mental health challenges, and it's very much a mutual relationship. We're creating a partnership between everybody who walks through the door so that we can all help and learn and support one another through whatever difficulties we're going through.
Nice. How do people generally find you, and what would be I'm more of an appropriate person to come in versus somebody that might be not the right fit for them?
Sure, yeah. So a lot of time people come to us through either a referral, maybe from Seacoast Mental Health, or they hear about it from a friend or a family member. And ultimately, this program is for anyone with a lived experience or is at risk of a lived experience with a mental health challenge. So, common difficulties might be with depression or anxiety or bipolar disorder and things of that nature. Um, but we all know those people. They're our friends and our family members and our community members. So it's really very broad and helpful for so many of us, really, in the community overall.
Yeah, I think it's always great when you can find somebody that you can relate to with the same issue. You don't feel all alone. And,
Exactly.
you have somebody that would get you and understand you and what circumstances you're going through. Um, are there ever people that it just would not be a good fit to kind of get involved in that kind of community? Maybe somebody that might need a little more, or are you pretty much open to anybody?
We are open to anybody. I think really everybody. Uh, this is a place for peer support. If you are a peer and you would like support and you're interested in also giving support, then this is really the place for you. It's all about building a healthier community.
Mhm.
So we follow the intentional peer support model. And intentional peer support is really an idea that sparks societal change. So uh, we're taking the illness part away of mental health and focusing on the human emotional. I can relate this, even though I haven't been in your situation exactly. I know how you feel, and these are things that helped me. And oh, you have some ideas of things that might help you, and you're creating a mutual partnership, friendship. It's a two-way street. Staff are staff, but really we're just peers like everybody else.
Yeah. How has COVID affected your facility there? Are people still able to come in? Because it sounds very much like a face-to-face
Yeah.
situation, which is a little more difficult.
So pre-COVID, we, have the center, and pre-COVID, we would hold in-person programming. And programming is determined by the membership. So if the members say, oh, it would be really great, we'd love to have a meditation group, then we find a way to make a meditation group happen. If they say, oh, I'm really interested in learning more about nutrition and how to cook healthy, quick meals, and we'll find a way to make that happen. But it is a lot harder to do that now. So we were closed for a little while as we kind of pivoted towards figuring out the best method for us. And ultimately, we ended up reopening. So we are open. But we have a select number of people that can come into the building. It's roughly 5 at a time. And then the rest of our programming is virtual. So we do have virtual groups. And even if you come into the center, our open days are Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We've purchased a large screen, and anybody in the virtual room is still interacting with the community that's in the real room. So you still get the same friendships and the same one-on-one back and forth. And ultimately, our biggest challenge has been internet availability for our members, or technological availability for our members. So it's less that we don't have the ability to reach people. It's that some people just don't have a device that can connect.
Mhm.
So on top of that, we have expanded our warm line program. And what that is a number. You call and you're able to talk to somebody on the phone. Normally, this was an evening thing. So volunteers and staff would talk on the phone with anybody who just wanted to talk about their day. Maybe they're having a bad time, but also maybe they had a really great day and they just want to share it with somebody. So we've expanded that to happen during the day as well. So there are people who maybe they can't meet us on the computer virtually for a Zoom type meeting, but they can give us a call and let us know how things are going. And then we've also been reaching out to people that maybe we haven't heard from them in a little while, and we just want to check up and see how they're doing. So it's been an interesting kind of situation, but we're doing our best to make sure that everybody stays connected, because that is ultimately what we're trying to do, is connect people together in their support system.
That's fantastic. It's so nice to know that you have that sense of community and that those relationships that are being built. It's such an important part of what's going on. And just, there's so much right now going on with mental health of all different ages. Certain ages that you really work with.
So we're adults, so 18 and over. And yeah, with COVID happening now and the pandemic and everybody's inside and feeling isolated, I think people who maybe haven't experienced a mental health challenge before might be experiencing that now. So there's a greater capacity for, that extra level of understanding. And, like I said earlier, all are really welcome. It's very much a community organization. And
Are there certain towns or things that people have to be from, or?
so there are multiple peer support centers in New Hampshire. We are the peer support center specifically for Eastern Rockingham County. So, that's us in Portsmouth and along the Sea Coast and Stratham. But we do also have a lovely person from Pennsylvania who calls in. So we've gotten to know her really well, which is great. And she's been joining us virtually, which is nice. So even though we serve a specific area, we're not limited to that area. If somebody from China wanted to call, we take that call.
Wonderful. Wonderful. It's important work that you do. If people want to learn more because either they're potentially someone who might want to be that call, or or maybe they want to be a peer, or maybe they want to, in other ways, find out how to get involved. What's the best way to do that?
Well, so there are a couple of things. If people are feeling that our mission speaks to them, we would love for them to go onto our website. That is connectionspeersupport.org. On the homepage, there's a little donate button. So that is one way. I'm sure all nonprofits appreciate a little donation every now and then, because every little bit helps. But then there's a couple of other things. We do have our virtual programming. And if you feel like you are in need of support, we would love for you to join us. And you can find the link for our virtual go-to-meeting room on Facebook. So that is facebook.com/Connections Peer Support Center. There are a variety of groups and different topics that we talk about, but there's also just pop in and see what's going on. Sometimes we're just hanging out, chit-chatting about the day, coming up with goals or things that we're trying to work on. So it's very welcoming. It's very open. If you'd like more information, you can email us at info@connectionspeersupport.org, and we'll make sure that we get back to you and give you a little bit more information on what we do here and the types of things that we talk about, or the types of different groups. If you're interested in potentially joining a specific group, we can give you the rundown. And ultimately, we're looking for community outreach and that type of support. We want people to know who we are, especially now because we're expanding. We have been awarded the opportunity through the state of New Hampshire to expand into a program called Step Up, Step Down. It's a little different. And what Step Up, Step Down is it's kind of like an in-between phase. So a lot of people are familiar with you're going through your challenges and you have a therapist and you go talk to your therapist every week, and maybe you go to a support group or a faith-based community or some other form of support. And then there's the other extreme where you're having a lot of difficulty and maybe you need to go into a more clinical setting like a hospital. Step Up, Step Down is in between that. It's a peer support model. So everybody's a peer, but it is a short-term residential program, 30 to 90 days. And it provides that safe and welcoming environment where there's no judgment, where you can focus on whatever it is that you need to do to get yourself back to the quality of life that you want.
Now, is that option open now, or is that something you're working towards? Do you have a facility?
We are looking for a facility right now. So we have the money and we have the staff and we have the plan, and now we just need a home.
Oh my gosh.
So
that's really great. What a great opportunity for those people to just really give them a place to go and have a place to work through.
Yeah. And I'm very, very excited about this program. I feel like it's one of those steps that seems to be missing in the state of New Hampshire. We have one extreme and another extreme, and not really a whole lot in the middle. So this will help fill some of those gaps. And it's promising because at our center, 72% of our members have said that intentional peer support has helped them prevent psychiatric hospitalization over the past 6 months. The remainder of the people have said that actually never really applied to them, the possibility of going into a hospital. So those are our wonderful numbers, and knowing that gives me faith and hope that this kind of in-between step up, step down, so step up from home or step down from a hospital, will continue to just have this really lasting impact on people's lives.
Awesome. Well, I'm so grateful for the work that you do, and your peers, and it's important work, as we've said earlier. So thank you, and thank you very much for sharing it with us. We're honored to hear more about what you do and the impact that you are truly making on people's lives right in our backyard. So thank you so much.
Well, thank you very much for inviting us to share what it is that we do. And, if anybody watching this knows somebody, or maybe you are somebody who could use a little extra support, don't be afraid to reach out. We'd love to hear from you.
Awesome. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you very much.